Is Dean Ambrose losing momentum? I'm about to hop right on into that WWE Raw. Dean Ambrose as a heel character, man. I'm about to hop right on into it. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. So, going all the way back to the start. Dean Ambrose, he debuted and crowd went crazy. And I found, at this point where we are right now, I find Dean Ambrose's character to have reached its apex either when he debuted or right at the heel turn with Seth Rollins. So, looking at it, when Dean Ambrose debuted, he was interesting because he wasn't talking. And we got around to the teasing of the heel turn and got into over-tease range. And when the heel turn happened, it just blew up. And the Seth Rollins-Dean Ambrose feud blew up. It was very interesting. I was very invested into it. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. I found it to be the most captivating story in all of WWE, arguably in all of wrestling, given that Roman Reigns had announced his leukemia that night. So I was very interested in it. I was very interested into the Dean Ambrose character. Then we had the promo the next week. I found that to be very interesting. Dean doesn't say anything to Seth Rollins, and they were doing a good job until we had the segments where Seth Rollins was looking around for Dean Ambrose. This is where it all kind of take a left turn for me as it pertains to interest in Dean Ambrose's character. He had the promo where he was talking about the crowd. He was trying to get cheap heat, from the crowd, talking about you people, and it really turned Dean Ambrose from a stone cold killer that wasn't saying anything to this guy that was trying to be a stereotypical heel and get heat from the crowd. It didn't help that the segments weren't interesting at all. This was going back to the Raw from 2 weeks ago, or the Raw from 2 episodes ago. And heading into this episode, you're kind of thinking, okay, Seth Rollins has the IC Open Challenge. What's going to happen with Dean Ambrose? And we got the weirdest promo from Dean Ambrose where he's backstage last night and he's talking about Seth Rollins, how he doesn't want to be there with the crowd. Again, being the stereotypical heel that Dean Ambrose wasn't being when he first debuted, or he wasn't being when he first turned. And he does this weird thing where he stands up and he gets a shot in the behind. Look, from there, I cannot take Dean Ambrose seriously anymore. You get a shot in the behind in the promo. I can't take what you're saying seriously anymore in the promo. So I don't know whose idea was it to go that way with the promo. But it really takes off the luster, not just from Dean Ambrose, but looking at it further from the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud. It has gone from a thing that was very heart emotional, pulling at your heartstrings, and it has gone to a typical feud that is being built up for the next pay-per-view. Something that I'm not very interested in anymore. I have slight interest, but when Dean Ambrose turned, I was very excited. I could not wait to see what was next. Now I'm at a point to where I'm like, let's just get to TLC. Because the build has been underwhelming. It has just been underwhelming week after week. Ever since he turned and ever since he had the silent promo, the apex of the feud, I gotta say, it was when Dean Ambrose didn't say anything. And it is just going downhill ever since. You could argue that the promo on the car next to the fire, that was pretty good, but ever since then, I've lost interest in Dean Ambrose. And I'm starting to lose interest in his feud, which is very unfortunate because I have a fantastic story around it. Dean Ambrose turning on his brothers, and the story has just gone to something that feels like a feud that we see every month built up to the next pay-per-view. So in my opinion, yes, Dean Ambrose has lost momentum, and I just hope he regains it by doing the things that they had him do from the start, which is be simple, don't say anything. So if they can get back to that, then yes, the feud will be better. Dean Ambrose's character will be for the better. So let me know what you think about this feud, whether it be on Twitter at OMGCoreyB or at 2SweetPod. That's the number 2SweetPod, or down below in the comment sections on YouTube. Let me know what you think about Dean Ambrose, this feud, and has this feud or Dean Ambrose lost momentum? Let me know.